All right. Well, joining us live on the show right now, we welcome Cain Velasquez. Cain, how are you doing? This is
I'm doing
amazing that
great.
you're
How you doing?
such an honor. It's so incredible. Listen, we went out into Mexico City to try to find someone to challenge you in a UFC fight. We went to the park and we couldn't find anybody. I don't know. I mean,
Keep looking. There's
we
people
tried
out
out.
there. Don't worry.
Did anybody have any potential or no?
Yeah, the girl holding pads was good.
She was good. Yeah, I think she was the
That was,
teacher. Maybe we can schedule, right? One of those
well,
first
that was the
things.
best one that I saw. But I mean, there's people there. There's people in Mexico City that have the heart. They have the fight in them. I know. They're out there.
Absolutely. So Kane, just a question that Mexico City has a really deep fighting culture, no? I mean, there's a lot of
Mhm.
people, especially in boxing. Has that made the transition to UFC? Are there some pretty good fighters out there?
Yeah, there are definitely. It's a sport that's obviously always growing, but especially in Mexico. I would say people or guys that are looking to go out there and fight versus like guys and girls are looking to not just box, but they're also looking at the UFC as a way to go out and kind of showcase their fighting skills. Um, and it's just very cool that you can have an organization like the UFC that you can showcase everything. You can showcase the boxing, the karate, the wrestling. It's about being the best overall fighter, right? And I think people that are going into it, that are practicing, like in this whole fight game, um, they want to go out there and prove that they are the best, that they are the most well-rounded, and it's very cool that we have a platform to do that in.
Tell me about this, Kane, because you are Mexican American. You are from the U.S., as I mentioned in the opening segment. Your dad is from Sinaloa, but you were born here. Your mom was born here. So, when you were fighting in UFC, like, who are you representing? Like, did you just have an incredible cadre of Mexican Americans, Chicanos from California, like supporting you? What was it like to wear the banner of being both Mexican and American in the ring?
Yeah. Well, my dad's from Sonora,
Sonora, perdón.
and um, you know what? For me, it was. I guess it was always been in me from a young age, just like it is like a lot of other Mexican fighters and boxers out there. It's about having that same style of fighting, right? It's a unique style of fighting that is um, known as the Mexican way of fighting, and that's going forward and just kind of showing like how how big you're pretty much showing how big your balls are, right? You're going out there. It's a very physical type of fighting. It's very exciting. I would say people like that style of fighting the most, and that's why Mexicans are most famous for their boxing skills because they go out there and they throw down, man. So for me, it was always been just a thing of just knowing that I could do that and knowing that I had that in me to do that. Not everybody can fight that way. It's a very hard and scary way of fighting. That's why you don't see a lot of people do it in that way. Going forward, always trying to go forward with pressure, always trying to go forward with punching and kicking pressure. You just don't see that. So it's a thing that I would say it's instilled in a lot of Mexican, people in general. It's in us. We work hard. We're very passionate. We fight for our lives. So it's kind of the same way, just translating it to the fight game.
Sure. There's not there should be more Mexican Americans that are coming out on TV and doing great things and being leaders in the community. So how does that affect what you do every day, knowing that there's a lot of people, a lot of Chicanos, right, in California that really look up to you as a role model?
For me, it's just a great feeling, that like I just feel really blessed to be in that position, and um, you know, it. I don't even know how that happened. It was just more of the hard work and the sports and everything that brought me out there. But I just live my life in the way that I want, and if it's a great example to people, then so be it, you know. And I love being that person, you know. Like I'll do it to the best of my ability forever. Um, it's just like you said, there isn't a lot of us doing it for whatever reason. Maybe people don't believe that they can, but everyone can. You know, we all could do it. Um, so again, just feel really blessed, and man, we're gonna continue to do this, baby. You know, keep going up and up, and continue to do this, and continue to do great things in this world. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, Cain, you made transition to doing things in lucha libre. And of course, lucha libre is a Mexican institution. It's a pastime. It's something that Mexicans are very proud of. How was that transition, and what was your experience in getting involved in that?
My transition, my experience was just it was a very quick ride to again to doing the first show that I did for Triple Mania for AAA. It was just almost like more so like a lifelong dream that I've had to do that. You know, as a kid, being a fan, and then finally getting the opportunity to go and wrestle for AAA. It was more of like something that I had to like check off my list more so. But in doing so, in the short time that I did that first match, it just it just opened my eyes to it. You know, it was almost like I thought I knew what it was, and as I started training, I trained with when like Psycho Clown really brought me in, and really just like showed me the way. You know what I mean? Like it opened my eyes to how how great the sport is, how passionate people feel about it, the history about it. You know, I almost didn't know going in, but just the whole experience and just all the different guys and all the different characters that they play and they get who the guys are. It's just like there's so much talent that these guys have. It's incredible, and girls as
It's an art
well.
form. No? I mean, it's an art form. Like you had to practice. I remember when you were here a couple of months ago, you really needed to train for this. Like, what are the different elements of lucha libre that you needed to learn to make that transition?
Well, it's more so of just being in the moment, I guess, and in a different way. You know, in the fight game, um, we're obviously not practicing. You know, we're not working with someone to make something great. It's more so, yes, there's somebody there, but we're on our own path in that moment. Like we're doing our own thing. We're trying to, you know, disguise everything that we're doing, and you know, whether it be knockouts or takedowns or anything else like that goes. Like we have to be in our own mindset, our own state of mind that nothing is going to stop us. And I would say in the lucha world, like we're working with people, we're working with great athletes as well to create something great for the fans. So, and also just being out there in the ring, it's like you need to really acknowledge the fans and almost feed off of what they're doing, off of what they're doing, off of what they're cheering for. Um, you know, so just being in the moment for each little thing, whether as in the MMA world, let's say we throw some good combinations, we throw good combinations and we're right to the next one, you know, to get what we want, and that's you know the knockout or the win. But in lucha, it's more like you do a move, you hear the fans, and you're almost just like take that moment in, celebrate that moment, because that's when the people are up. You know, they're screaming, they're yelling, and you want to feed off of that. So in that moment, that's when you're kind of feeding off of it, and yeah, man, just just giving the people a great show, working with someone one on one.
Right, absolutely. Now, Cain, you came to Mexico City for your first contest, and I know you did some things before that. What was it like coming to Mexico City for the first time, and what have you learned about this city through your experience and being here?
So going to the city my first time, going to Mexico City my first time, I was there promoting the UFC in general. I didn't have a fight. It was more so just to promote the UFC as a sport to different TV outlets, right? So it was me, Efrain Escudero also went with me, and we went to like every TV and news station that we could go to promote the UFC. At that time, it was very much thought as vale tudo, which is like everything goes like type of sport, like pretty much like a street fight type of thing. And me and him were almost like the pioneers of telling, educating the people of Mexico City to tell them, no, it's like this isn't anything goes. This is a legitimate sport. We do have rules and regulations, and we're very much so like top athletes in this type of combat. So a lot of it was education. And going in, I definitely felt very much so like an outsider talking to people, a lot of people there, especially like a lot of the media people. Well, obviously, right? I mean, I'm from the US and everything else like that. But in my heart, like it's something else that I felt. I felt very much connected to the people already from a young age, from my parents. So that to me was just something different. But going there, the education, type of thing, and for sure, feeling like an outsider was definitely different. And as the people got to know me, and as they got to see my career and what I was about, and that I was just very truthful, to myself and to everybody else. Like, this is how I feel. I feel very connected to Mexico and the people there. And I just kept doing that and saying that. And, before I fought, as I walked out to fight, I carried the bandana on my fist, to represent like everybody is with me. Everybody Mexican is with me. We're all throwing the same punch together, type of thing. I always had the Mexican colors with me. So with that, it almost like turned people's thought of me around in a very positive way, in a way that I wanted people to see me. So
Right.
now going to Mexico City, it's my favorite city to be in. It is, from everything from the culture, the food, just the people. I love it there. I do. I love to visit there.
Right? It's
I
pretty
agree.
amazing. And we had an event last year for the NFL, and a lot of Chargers fans came in, and a lot of Chiefs and they're Mexican American, but had never thought about going to Mexico. Thought it was terrifying for them to be there. And when they got there, realized that something about being homeland, like my patria, and
Yeah.
people just were thrilled to realize that there weren't people on the street with guns, like waiting to like kidnap them or shoot them. And just like crazy things people have in their mind, and realizing that it's a wonderful, beautiful, safe city. And I know by you being here and all of your followers and all the people, it really means a lot to people. And I think that's wonderful. We have about 1 minute left. And what I'd like to ask you is what's next? Like what's cooking? I know we're in COVID time that everything's paused, but you got some cool things happening, no?
I do. There's some great things that I really have been working on myself, and just things that I've seen throughout my career that I really wanted to put into making things happen. I'm working on a bunch of different stuff right now. I've been a fan of racing ever since I was a kid, so I'm thinking I'm doing a show right now where we'll get different people to come in and race against each other in the same car. So it's like it's more of a time trial type thing. I want to do something more with lucha, and that's more of a thing that's very. I'm gonna keep that on the hush right now, but pretty soon I think people will think it's very cool. But I'm doing something with lucha as well. So whether I come back wrestling or doing something even different, with that, that's my big project that I really want to showcase to the world.
That's great. Well, we hope you come down to Mexico more. Cain, as I said before, I think you're an inspiration to many Mexicans here in Mexico, because I know that when you've come to the restaurant. My team's gone nuts when seeing you there. They were so excited to have you on the show tonight, and we're looking forward to having you here soon. So sorry for the technical difficulties, but we have Cain Velasquez here, two-time UFC champion at the Pinche Gringo Show. It's been amazing. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Dan, and thank you to everybody. Todos que están ahí en la Ciudad de México, muchísimas gracias por todo el apoyo. Y pues vamos a subir arriba. Vamos a ir. Thank you very much, Dan.
All right.